Welcome to today's video insight. Today I want to talk about how we can know what is true. So how do we discern truth with something we don't know for sure? And how can we check it that it's really correct? First of all, we need to be clear about our consciousness screen, that we do our thinking in our consciousness screen and that we check stuff there. So we need to do it ourselves consciously. No source can give us knowledge. We need to build that in our consciousness screen for ourselves. And knowing comes down to disproving the opposite. So if you build a scenario, for example, like let's go again with property rights. And you say, okay, let's find out if we can know that property rights must be there for individuals, so that individuals can have some property. And yeah, we can check it by going to the extremes. We have these three tools we talked about previously: going to extremes, the law of non-contradiction, and mismatching. And so yeah, let's go to the extremes. Let's say no one would have the moral right to have any property. Individual property rights do not exist. How would a world like that look like? So you could not own your body. It would not be your body. There would be no sense if I cut off your arm that I violated you in any way. Or you could rape anybody because it's not their body. Anybody can do to their body what they want because no one owns anything. You could burn everything. So we clearly run into a contradiction, into a total absurdity. And if your premise, if you take a premise and you go through with your logic and you run into total absurdity, it cannot be the case. Check. So now to the mismatching. So we went to the extreme. How would it look like if there would be no property rights? Total chaos. You could destroy everything. You could steal anything. You could starve one to death. You could do to all the bodies what you could just cut off arms and stuff, and there would be no sense that it is wrong or something not working. So, and now compare it to what we experience in your consciousness screen. That's how knowledge works. You need to check your consciousness screen. All knowledge is anchored in your consciousness screen. And if you compare the reality you experience, it's not the case that we have this absurdity where there is no property. There's a clear sense that your body is your body and not my body if you don't do a contract with me. So reality, the context is in a certain way foundationally. There's a fundamental reality to you owning your body. And that's clear. If you check, if you really look for it and you check it in your consciousness screen, you can know it. And you can contrast it with a scenario how the world would look like if no property exists. So we disprove it. We disprove that it's not the case that no one can own any property. So it must be true. You can know that individuals must have some property. So that's how you know stuff. You disprove the opposite often, because often it's not that clear. We can't see it directly. Often we need to disprove. Sometimes we can see something directly. But yeah, most of the time we know things by disproving the opposite and contrasting it within the consciousness screen. And yeah, that was today's video insight. You know things by disproving the opposite. I see you in the next one. Bye bye.